A U.S. Marine from Shreveport has been killed at war.
A private swim lesson with an Olympic medalist that could save lives. I'm Casey Ferrain. I'll have that story coming up in a live report.
And hundreds rally against higher education cuts.
The first to broadcast in HD in the Arklatex. On your side. This is KTBS 3 News at 5.
Drowning is the second leading cause of accidental deaths in children ages 1 to 14, and one group of kids is more likely to drown than their peers. KTBS 3's Casey Ferrain joins us live from the pool at Centenary College with more on this. And Casey, you have more startling numbers for us?
I do, Sherry. Actually, 7 out of 10 African-American children do not know how to swim. It's a statistic from the USA Swimming Foundation. But today, some of those kids got a much-needed lesson from an Olympic swimmer.
How many of you guys have had swim lessons with a teacher?
If they come from an African-American home, chances are never. A study by the University of Memphis found that nearly 70% of black kids have little or no swimming ability. The same is true for 58% of Hispanic kids. The Make a Splash with Cullen Jones initiative is working to break the stereotype that black people can't swim.
When our own children, and me being African American, don't know how to swim, and they're one of the leading causes of drownings, I felt like that's something as an African American I should change.
The Olympic gold medal swimmer says the biggest reason black kids don't learn to swim is fear.
Parents are afraid, and then they transplant that kind of feeling onto their kids, and they kind of teach their kids that being in the water is almost like fire. Don't go near it, don't touch it, it's bad.
It's a generational problem that Jones says was made even more evident in August when the Stuart Warner teens drowned in the Red River as their parents stood by helplessly.
When I heard about the incident, it was really hard on me. I take a really big beating on myself when I see situations where I feel like things could have been different.
And this simple swim lesson could be life and death for these children. Now, Cullen says he nearly drowned when he was 5 years old, and a couple weeks later, his mom enrolled him in swim classes. And then in 2008, he became an Olympic gold medal swimmer. And Sherry, hopefully now he will be a role model to some of these kids that he met today.
Sounds like he is. What an inspiring story. Thanks, Casey. The Stuart Warner Foundation in Shreveport is helping children learn how to swim. The Community Foundation is matching dollar for dollar to the foundation to support its work.
Normally for athletes, young and old, if you want to take lessons from someone, you want to learn from the best. An Olympic gold medalist, I would say, ranks pretty much up there. Swimmer Cullen Jones making a stop at Centenary's pool to help teach swimming lessons. Shreveport is one of Cullen's 6 stops as part of his Make a Splash with Cullen Jones tour. His message is simple as he tries to bring awareness and to educate youth on the dangers of drowning. So just a huge day in sports.
Today, some Shreveport children received a unique swimming lesson from a very special teacher. Olympic gold medalist Cullen Jones gave a fun-filled class of basic swimming and water safety lessons. He was at the Centenary College pool for a serious reason, though, to bring awareness that African-American kids need help learning how to swim. Jones made the trip to help youngsters following the Red River tragedy earlier this year.
What we do is we travel all over the U.S. and just kind of shedding light on the situation. And I don't think a lot of people know this, but drowning is the second leading cause of children's death in the U.S. And after the incident that happened here on August 2nd, I just knew that I wanted to be a part of. I wanted us to come here because I felt like that was really what the community needed.
Cullen also visited Cresswell Elementary School and was part of the community breakfast meeting this morning.
Well, learning how to swim is critical, especially in light of what happened earlier this year when 6 Shreveport teens drowned in the Red River. During a family outing on August 2nd, a teenager walked down to the bank of the Red River and didn't know how to swim. Eyewitnesses say the teen slipped on an underwater slope and went under. That's when his siblings and cousins ran to the water to help. In all, 6 teenagers drowned that day. None of them knew how to swim. NBC6 reporter Siobhan Herndon joins us now live with what the city of Shreveport is doing to make sure children are safe in the water.
Drowning is a problem everywhere. Now, here at the swim school in Shreveport, many kids are taking advantage of learning how to swim. One of the instructors tells me that since that August 2nd tragedy that more folks are calling, trying to sign up their kids to learn how to swim. Now, we do know it can be costly at times. That's why the city of Shreveport and the YMCA are teaming up to raise funds in order to offer free swim classes to children. Olympic gold medalist Cullen Jones is encouraging kids at Crestwell Elementary to get out and learn to swim.
How many of you guys have had swim lessons with a teacher?
It's a question that Jones asked because the answer is disheartening. The world record holder is turning his near-death experience into a success story.
I was at an amusement park with my mom and my dad, and we decided to go down this huge inner tube ride and ended up flipping upside down.
Laying lifeless, Jones recovered, and days later, the 5-year-old enrolled in swim classes.
So many parents and children are saying that they can swim and they could get to A to B if they had to. They could get to the wall if they needed to, but in different situations, that might not be the case.
The Shreveport Fire Department, along with the YMCA, are teaming up to offer free swim lessons through Community Foundation.
Community Foundation will match dollar for dollar up to $15,000 for those, and the lessons are free to children kindergarten through 12th grade.
And the YMCA will tack on water safety courses.
How easy it would have been to save those children, or the first one, by throwing a rope, a stick, an igloo cooler. And so that kind of water safety instruction needs to be done.
It's just one step to keep a tragic drowning from ever happening again.
We need your support. We do not want to see an event such as August 2nd to occur in the city of Shreveport ever again.
As children, we need to know that it's important to be water safe, and it's more important to do that than anything else. Now, to make a donation, you can visit our website, arclatexhomepage.com, and all the information will be there on this story. Reporting live from the swim school in Shreveport, Siobhan Herndon, NBC 6 News. Back to you, Rudy.
That's a great cause. Thanks, Siobhan.